Hi, good morning. My name is Johan van Zyl, and welcome to our channel here. If you are new, thank you very much for tuning in today. And if you're one of my patients or one of my visionaries, welcome back. And today we will show you 4 little simple tests, screening tests, that you can do at home to determine if you have a BVD problem, a binocular vision disorder maybe, or if you have a vestibular problem, or maybe, which is quite common, a bit of both. So let's go straight into it. So the first test is called the dynamic visual acuity test. Now, traditionally, this test is used to determine if you have a vestibular problem, and all you need to do is just print yourself out something like that and put it on your TV screen with a press stick or something, stand back 3 or 4 meters and go down until you can just establish the level of your best vision. So your best visual acuity line. So determine that and then sit down or stand and keep looking at that. So firstly, no head movement, just establish what your static vision is. What is the quality? What is the best you can see at that 3 or 4 meter spot? Now, whilst you're looking at that, you've determined your quality vision, your best vision, just like that. All you do is now keep looking at that and simply do that. Just keep looking at and just swivel your head. Now, if your vestibular system is working well, that line of letters, that line or that sentence will remain equally clear. But if your vestibular system is not working, then you might find that that row of letters becomes fuzzy, not good, or even double. So very simple, it's called the dynamic visual acuity test. But we have a different take on the same test, slightly differently. We do it slightly differently to determine if you have a binocular vision disorder. So using the same setup, you haven't changed anything, but all you do now is, whilst you now looking at that smallest line of letters that you now have determined, which is the best visual acuity line, whilst you're looking at that, all you do is keep looking at it and just lower and raise your chin and see if that line of letters remains equally clear whilst you are moving your chin up and down. Now, if that line of letters becomes a bit fuzzy or sometimes even double, that is an indication that you might have an underlying vertical phoria. And why does this actually work so well? And why is it such a simple test? Very simply because underlying to all of this, you have 2 eye muscles that look left and right, but you have 4, you have 2 that goes up and 2 that goes down. Now your eyes are very strong to fuse images on the horizontal plane, but if there's a small misalignment in the vertical plane, your eyes struggle to actually get these images together. So what happens if you are lowering and raising your chin? Those eye muscles, which now needs to move your eyeballs up or eyeballs down, if they are not totally strong enough or not the same strength, the top and the bottom ones, you're going to find that somewhere along the line, that row of letters will become a little bit fuzzy. And that's an indication most often of a vertical phoria. And we do find that it's the side muscles, the oblique muscles, which very often is where the problem lies. And I suspect personally it's just because we are all looking too much down and at a certain angle. But yes, this is our own unique take on the classic dynamic visual acuity test, which we actually use for our patients when we check for any maybe very quick test, just to determine, it's a screening test, to determine if you might have an underlying vertical phoria or a binocular vision disorder. So yes, that is the dynamic visual acuity test. Firstly, for to check if you've got a underlying vestibular problem, and maybe then checking with the chin up and down if you have a BVD problem. It's slightly more tricky if you're on multifocals, because obviously if you're raising your chin, you're going to see a bit fuzzy. But what I tell patients, if they want to do this at home, again, just take your glasses off if your eyes aren't too bad, stand a little bit back, use the same test chart that you've printed out on your computer, and again, just determine your vision even without your glasses. It works without your glasses as well, as long as you determine what is the best visual acuity that you can have, even without your specs. And then again, just lower and raise your chin whilst you are looking at that line. And if that line of letters becomes a bit more fuzzy even, it's certainly an indication that you need to see your ophthalmologist or your optometrist that understands binocular vision disorders. Now, the next test is our favorite one in practice. We just use a white dot instead of a black dot, but it's called the black dot cover test. And all it means is like get a piece of paper, draw a black dot on this thing about 1 centimeter round, put it again on your TV, in the middle of your TV, so you've got a nice background surrounding this white piece of paper. And again, stand back for 3 or 4 meters. Make sure that it's on eye level, or maybe take a chair, sit down. Whilst you are looking now at this black dot, all you do is you rapidly do that. You keep your head still and you rapidly close your 2 eyes whilst you are looking at the black dot. Now, if the black dot moves slightly left to right, that's quite normal. But if the black dot goes at an angle, any angle like this, or any angle like that, or if the black dot goes up and down, you do have a vertical phoria or maybe even a tropia, but the black dot should not move much. If it does this at all, it becomes quite difficult. And if the black dot goes up and down, you will find if you do that head tilt test, the dynamic visual acuity test, you will find certainly that there's a relationship between these 2 tests, and both of these 2 tests will be what I call have a positive response, where you actually do see the black dot going up and down, and you do see that there's a difference in clarity on the row of letters. Now, the last test is what I call the Brock string fusion test. So it's the Brock string fusion test. All you need is a piece of string like this, and you can do it with your glasses, without your glasses. Hold it underneath your nose, raise the string slightly above eye level, and whilst you are looking at the point of where the rope disappears over your thumb, whilst you're looking at that, do you see 2 ropes actually becoming 1 at your thumb? Now, if you've got 2 ropes that become 1 at your thumb, it means both eyes are converging. It also means both eyes are switched on, and that both of those images are now entering the brain and you can see them. So this is called the fusion test, and this test we use is our favorite at-home test to teach our patients that's got BVD, teach their minds to actually fuse the 2 images together. But you might find that you're only seeing 1 rope, or you might find that the 2 ropes aren't the same clarity, or there's certain areas of a rope or both ropes that disappears. Again, that is also an indication that you might have an underlying BVD problem in your fusional ability of the 2 images. So there's a lot of things that needs to be working 100% if you are able to achieve clear, comfortable binocular vision. So those are the 4 tests, the 4 screening tests we use we use them in the practice every day. But if a patient phones us, we tell them also just do this. So it's the dynamic visual acuity test, And there's two parts to that test, the vestibular part and the BVD part. And as I said, this is my favorite test, the black dot cover test. And the cover test will actually then pick up where your eyes are actually in free space. So the black dot cover test is a test, really, again, we use a cover test every single day in the practice. And of course, the Brock string fusion test. So those tests you can use as a screening test to determine if you might have an underlying BVD problem. And if you do, go and find yourself somebody that understands binocular vision dysfunction, and that can actually assist you, because it can get tricky to figure out precisely what's going on. But thank you very much for watching today. We've got a lot of other videos on our YouTube channel now, which you are welcome to also watch. And if you need additional information, please feel free to contact me.